DIY.
Oh, DIYers, the ratings are in. The ratings are in. You hear me? After you thought you were about to get 3 videos in a row and that was going to be it from this whole Kendrick Lamar at the Super Bowl, you was wrong. I guess you was wrong. Rest in peace to OG Maco. Yeah, you was wrong. We got some more news to go ahead and report. While there's people out here who are celebrating this amazing, amazing show by Kendrick Lamar, there's a lot of people out here, probably bots, who are trying to make you or trying to convince you that that show wasn't what you saw and what you felt spiritually, even though they probably don't have a spirit their damn self, they're bots. Doesn't even matter. Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl halftime show has broken the record for the most watched halftime in history, with a reported 133.5 million viewers. Oh, boy.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
Round of applause. Congratulations, Kendrick Lamar. Oh, my God. I don't believe you trolls. I don't believe you bots. If you didn't feel something, maybe perhaps you weren't supposed to be the recipient of it. Maybe this was the first time that you get to see a show and it wasn't to hypnotize you or to keep you to be a zombie. Maybe this is because he's rapping like he's trying to free the slaves. Oh, maybe you're the slave. Maybe this is not a black thing. Maybe this is a cultural slave that you have been, because you've watched people who have literally lulled you to sleep. They've given you music just like a pacifier. No, this is not one rapper. This is many rappers who have done as their daddy told them at their labels. You make that music that pacifies people, and guess what? The first time that you've seen a performance in a long time that made you think, and you niggas is glitching.
No, they not like us. No, they not like us.
Get used to this one.
They not like us. No,
if you hate the other button, you're going to hate this one today. Oh my gosh, this is the highest rated Super Bowl. You know when the last one was? It was damn near 32 years ago when Michael Jackson did it. Good gosh. I mean, you know, there's reasons for it, obviously. Things like the internet is obviously a huge component of it, because you're going to see people all over. But man, I mean, can we really like get an idea of what does that even look like, right? What does that look like for 133 million people? I can give you an idea. This account, Being Black is Lit, one of my favorite accounts to follow. They did a compilation video of people who were reacting to him in different places. I really wonder when they say in the ratings 133 million people watched it, are they counting everybody in this room, or does this all count as one? I'm just saying, this is a bar with one TV. Watch this. This is a slideshow presentation. Here we go. Not the bartender. Not the bartender. I just need you to get an idea of how absolutely terrifying this is. I'm going to use the same analogy. If you tell a joke about me that goes viral and this many people start reciting it, I quit. Next slide. We watched this one, but that's AZ Chike celebrating him being there. But let's go. How you got a concert wherever this is at? How do you have a concert watching a concert?
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, Auntie, what you doing? Auntie, what you got going?
Mustard!
There ain't nothing on earth like black joy. I love it here. This is a good time. This is a good time. We're not done with these slides. Oh. Where's this? Watch parties? Watch parties? you know how many WAPs that is around the world times 133 million? You leave that man alone. We got one more slide.
Maybe I think about.
Oh.
You know what? I slow it down. Say, ladies, do me this solid.
Oh, you done lost your damn mind.
I ain't gonna lie. Yeah. I get it. Ain't nothing like the world. I'm gonna keep saying it like Black Joy. Look at this. This is in LA. This is in LA of all places, right? The city where he rapping real big while he's in New Orleans. This is what's going on in LA. Can we play this real quick? Once again, I tell you, they said it was 133 million TVs and broadcasts. And what? How do they count all the people in here? Can they see the people under the table? No. Just to give you an idea of how many more people that includes, especially with access that people have on phones and devices these days. There is no place lonelier than Australia right now. Oh my goodness. Congratulations to the Philadelphia Eagles who won the Super Bowl. Shout out to them, man. Hold that. There's no way that during their Super Bowl celebration they played Not Like Us. There's no way, right? Oh. Drake got a lot of people to sue. He got a lot of people he gonna have to sue. And you know, there was a lot of criticism. There's a lot of criticism. People were like, man, it's for the kids. Don't nobody old like this. Don't nobody in their elders like this. Grandma Ethel said something different. Get that. Get it, Grandma. Oh my God, I'm in tears. Go and get it, Grandma. Go and get it, Grandma. Well, you know what? The thing about it, Curtis, it ain't the kids. Honestly, it's not the kids. It's bots, right? But the kids that do, they don't even know this song. They don't really even know it like that. Like, I don't know if this little boy name is Cody, but I'm going to just call him Cody. This is what Cody think. He's so serious, too. He has not broke a smile. Oh, my goodness. But y'all want me to be convinced that people hated this halftime show, right? Y'all want me to be convinced that people hated this halftime show for whatever reason. You know, I saw an influx of people that were hitting me up on Twitter. You know, that's like a graveyard now. It's mostly bots, I think. But I said this tweet that kind of went semi-viral. I said the reason Kendrick's performance was likely underwhelming and mid to you is likely the same reason NASCAR is boring to me. No offense to NASCAR fans. I'm not the intended audience, and that's okay. But you'd never see me go out of my way to make sure NASCAR fans knew my unsolicited opinions. Get your ass out the conversations. Get your dumb ass down. Get your ass out the conversation. This ain't about you. This ain't even about you. Get your narcissistic ass, old sensitive ass. Get back the hell up. Back the hell up. This gentleman says, worst halftime show ever, in quotations. The Kid Gowie. He says, Kendrick Lamar's streams increased by 175%. Not like us, if you didn't see, the stat is at 430% it increased. Humble. You know the song, they were like, why are you doing that song there? That's not, you're supposed to do the hits. It became 2 times diamond certified. It's the first rap song to do that in this streaming era. Gained 1 million followers on IG after that performance. The performance has 34 million views and counting on YouTube. You don't have to like it, but his impact was felt. That part. But you know the haters. You know the haters. Well, this ain't one of them, but this is what you sound like. Go ahead.
Fuck Kendrick Lamar, bro. I'm with y'all on this. Like, how fucking dare you, bro? Like, get on one of the biggest stages during the blackest month of the year, arguably, and give us not just something entertaining, but you're gonna give us some substance. We ain't want no substance. We ain't want no depth.
Don't want that shit.
No. We need to be coddled right now. There's too much going on for us to be thinking about our situation and thinking about the environment that's, you know what I'm saying, well, everything that's happening around us. We don't want none of that. Kendrick Lamar, listen. Bring up the artists that's only gonna make us dance and move and groove, and that's all.
And the artists that rap over their vocals.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
You niggas wanted to see karaoke that day, huh? You wanted to turn up to somebody doing karaoke while he take his microphone and say, y'all sing the lyrics. Y'all know that shit. That what you wanted? That would've been a better show for you? Some fireworks? Stupid ass.
All we want, that's all we need is a Super Bowl. Fuck Kendrick Lamar, bro. How dare you, How dare you?
The side eye. Shout out to Joe on the gram for that one. Let's keep it going. I got a lot of reactions here. I love, I got love for white sense of humor too. I do. Somebody said, why'd you have to take a piss on white people in the last stream? I don't think you've ever seen piss if you think that was piss. That was not piss. That was me being critical of something in there. That's fine. We're all open to criticism over here. We're accountable. But I think this humor is very, very hilarious. Listen to what Moschino Dorito said.
Like the halftime show? What, with the little pint-sized pyro? No. Drizzy all day. OVO status. You know, I'm not really into the whole hip-hop, but I do like Aubrey. I think there's something about him that just resonates with me more. Ever since they switched from the Pepsi halftime show, those used to be so much more American. Plus, I couldn't even hear what he was saying half the time. The only words I picked up were mustard, peekaboo, and pedophile. I miss when Maroon 5 came. I don't know. I would have liked to see someone like Morgan Wallen or something. You know, something a little different. A little switch it up. You've had your years. You've had your month. You know, we don't need more of that. More what? You know what I mean. I don't actually. You know what I mean. What do you mean? Did I like the halftime show? What, with the little pint-sized pyro? No.
The pint-sized pyro is insane. But, there were some really, I guess, legitimate to a certain degree concerns about why didn't he perform his quote-unquote biggest songs or his biggest stream songs. Well, Brian Z said it, and we said in the last episode, 7 out of the 10 songs that he performed, he owns the masters for, which means that he is going to be able to recoup and continue to create generational wealth through this one performance that artists don't get paid to do, by the way. Right? They don't get paid to do. They get a budget for their sets and whatnot. They don't get paid for these performances because it's a big ass commercial for their brand. But with that said, there were questions about why he didn't do Money Trees. There were questions of why he didn't do Swimming Pools, the songs that were like the first ones that were his big hit songs. Well, we get here some answers to this question by Dave Free. Dave Free is his business partner that he works with over at PG Lang, co-owner of PG Lang. And this article goes on to say the following by Sam Moore. It says, Kendrick Lamar's historic Super Bowl halftime show has been detailed by his longtime manager and creative partner, Dave Free. Speaking to the Wall Street Journal, the PG Lang co-founder detailed the creative process behind the electrifying performance, which featured cameos from SZA, Mustard, Uncle Samuel Jackson, and Serena Williams. I got a funny joke about that Uncle Sam that's going to be hilarious in a second. Stay with me. We wanted this performance to have a cinematic and theatrical element to it. We can confidently say that there's no Super Bowl performance that's quite like this one. Did they lie? Dave Free added that he and Kendrick prepared for the event by watching every single Super Bowl halftime performance, drawing particular inspiration from Beyonce, Prince, and Michael Jackson shows. Oh, you mean they studied? Something Day voice. That's something that y'all niggas ain't never gonna know nothing about. Cause it got me a jizzab. The feel of it is Black America. What does Black America look like, and how to control that narrative of what it means to be Black in America versus what the world's perspective of that is. The former TDE executive also addressed Dot's set list, which mainly featured Drake diss songs and songs from his latest album, GNX. It wasn't about playing the hits, is what he said. It wasn't about playing the hits. He wanted to make a statement, and to make a statement he did. You know something I always look at, and I'm going to try to play just a little bit of this because I know it's going to get flagged. Man, shout out to Matt Maxey for ensuring that people who don't have the ability to hear because they are deaf can still enjoy this experience. Doing sign language for not like us is insane, but convenient.
Willie DeFro, say Drake. I hear you like.
You better never go to cell block 1. Those ain't talk to him, they in love. You better hide your the facial expression. You better hide your little sister from him. Oh my gosh. You can't convince me. You can't convince me this isn't what I just saw. Now, they're finally starting to give us a behind the scenes of what had to happen. I don't think you understand. For these shows to go down, these staffs are massive, and it has to be like that so that they can break these stages down without damaging the field so that the players can finish doing what they're doing. With that said, I saw this video here that was posted by The Wire but reposted by Cover Art Matters. Look at the behind the scenes, and we start to get a little bit of a vision into the imagery that we didn't talk about before. Check it out.
A GNX to turning the field into a game controller. Here's how Kendrick Lamar's incredible Super Bowl halftime show came to life. Lamar and his creative director Mike Carson came up with the concept. To make the Grammy-winning artist vision happen, the team worked hand in hand with art director Shelly Rogers. She solved big stage problems for everyone, from Beyonce to Lady Gaga, and she won an Emmy for her work on Rihanna's halftime show in 2023. Putting together any halftime show is no easy feat. You have to get all of the staging, lights, dancers, and the artists themselves onto the field in 7.5 minutes, and then get them all off 6 minutes after the final note.
Did you hear that? Beyond him having this 13, 14-minute performance, you still need time to break this down during the commercial break and ensure that you don't damage the field so the players can get back on it. It's a lot of work that goes into this.
Not to mention, you have to do all of this without screwing up the turf in front of an expected audience of around 120 million people. Lamar's show required more than 50 carts of staging and equipment, each weighing between 1,500 and 3,500 pounds, to be rolled out in the center of the Superdome. To protect the field, the carts rode on specially designed wheels so the playing surface remained ready for the game's second half. But setup wasn't the only hurdle the team had to conquer. The GNX for Lamar's show was hard to find, especially after he dropped an album with the car's name. But after one near mishap and a lot of research, they were able to find one thanks to Eric Eastland from All Access, the company responsible for fabricating the stage for Sunday's show. They gutted the vehicle to make room for the small army of dancers who joined Lamar on the stage, which was inspired by a PlayStation-style controller.
I wanna smack the back of the neck of whoever left that comment. You know who I'm talking about because I responded back to you. You were like, it's not PlayStation, it's tic-tac-toe. Who plays tic-tac-toe with a triangle, a square, circle, and an X? If you were unseasoned, uncultured chicken, just be one. Stop coming over here where the seasoning is better.
Performance was intended to portray Lamar's life as a video game, and it did just that. And while the car street legal days are over, Lamar's performance in the GNX now go down in history.
People be pissing me off. It be the most uncultured people that want to... Actually... Can't stand you actually head asses. Adding on to this PlayStation game theme that we're going to dive deeper into, this gentleman found something really interesting. During the performance, Kendrick Lamar inserted a cheat code. What?
You that Kendrick is out here playing chess, because chess is checkers compared to what this man is doing to Drake at this point. So in case you missed it, the halftime show, Kendrick performed and had an X, circle, triangle, and square out there. That is a PlayStation controller. I literally looked at my wife and said, oh, it's a PlayStation controller. And then it started lighting up different ways. Do you know what he did? This man literally did the sequence, square X, circle, square, triangle, X, circle, square, nonsense, upside down, which for Grand Theft Auto is full health and armor.
I'm about to pass out.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
Your favorite karaoke rapping ass rapper that needs auto-tune as a personality can't do this kind of shit. You ungrateful, unseasoned chicken. His man put in the Grand Theft Auto cheat code to full health and armor during a Super Bowl performance as a side quest. Oh my God.
You can do what you want to me. I'm never dying, and I'm never going away. Kendrick literally was like, that's a cute hoodie. You had a holes in it. Oh, you took the shots. I walked out of it. I was going, I'm unlimited. I am Thanos. And even the crowd at the end at the background said game over. Mm-hmm. Sir, it's been game over for months. Mm-hmm. Like as soon as you dropped, not like us, it was over. I mean, 5 for 5 on the Grammys. Drake tried to call it haha kiki. You did that. I'm just saying, there's not one thing. There's not one thing this man can do to get back the credibility that he once had. Nothing. You can go do your max win tour, you'll make your money, you'll make hits, all that stuff. It does not matter.
It don't matter.
It is over for him.
This man did a cheat code and got full armor. He's out of his mind. And I'm here for it. It makes me feel like maybe I'm out of my mind. I said this to my audience earlier before we started this stream. Don't this sound, the more you listen to it and you hear the strings, don't it remind you of Psycho?
No. They not like us. No. They not like us. What? They not like us. No. They not like us. No. They not like.
Hi, Serena. Okay. I'm sorry. I don't know why I said that. WeHustle, one of my favorite accounts. I mean, they made one error in this. Shout out to Chillin' with Moni. She definitely corrected a lot of us out here because I was convinced, like everybody else, after I had my drinks, mind you, I was convinced that the little small A chain, I was like, man, that stands for A minor. It stands for A minor. It stands for A minor. Don't tell me no different. And then I started looking up the logos for PG Lang and realized yeah. So he makes one error in this, but outside of that, he does really great work. I want to show you this breakdown.
Kendrick's Super Bowl performance has upset a whole lot of people.
Typical Kendrick Lamar dumb stuff.
The stadium goes dark. 9 boxes are illuminated in the center of the field. Flashes of a triangle, square, X and O of a game controller appear in the corners. Then a spotlight hits the middle square.
It's your Uncle Sam.
Hold up. A black Uncle Sam with Donald Trump in the crowd. Shit. The camera cuts to Kendrick standing on a 1987 black Buick GNX. Of course, GNX is the title of his most recent album, but 1987 is also the year Kendrick was born. As he crouches motionless on the hood of the car, the only movement you see comes from the swinging pendant around his neck. When you look closer, it's a lowercase letter A, which I guess in Kendrick's world can only symbolize A minor.
Or the logo for PG Lang, the alternative logo with the kids point. Okay.
When he finally stands up, he has a warning for us all.
The revolution about to be televised. You picked the right time, but the wrong guy.
I really don't know what he said.
Maybe Jay-Z did pick the wrong guy, because Kendrick wasn't there to perform any lollipop songs. Dressed in bell-bottom jeans and a fitted black cap to the back, which if you look closer, has an emblem of a feather pinned to it.
Okay.
And for those who don't know, a feather on a cap symbolizes an achievement or honor that somebody can be proud of.
This nigga putting purple hearts and everything else on himself. Oh my God.
Then there's a jacket. What many viewers initially thought was a Florida Gators jacket is in fact a custom piece that reads Glory across the front. Yes, Glory is the last track on this GNX album, but in Spanish it also means glory.
Oh boy.
Now just as Kendrick begins to hit his flow, he's interrupted by Uncle Sam.
Mr. Lamar, do you really know how to play the game? Then tighten up!
Kendrick and his crew tighten up, nod their heads in obedience, only to reveal a formation that resembles the American flag. Uncle Sam again interrupts, calling him a culture cheat code, before Kendrick says,
I want to perform their favorite song, but you know they love the Sue. What song?
He teases Not Like Us, but instead brings out the first of Drake's ex-girlfriends, SZA. After performing all the stars, Uncle Sam shows his approval.
That's what America wants.
Your favorite rapper not that damn smart. Your favorite rapper not that damn smart. The first of a few was his ex-girlfriends. What?
But then Kendrick pops back up.
40 acres and a mule. This is bigger than the music.
40 acres and a mule was a promise to give freed slaves land for economic independence, which, as we all know, has never materialized.
I'm nothing in reality.
The icing on the cake arrives when they cut from Kendrick to reveal the second of Drake's ex-girlfriends, Serena Williams.
Oh shit! It's bad enough Not Like Us is getting performed. Now I gotta look at my exes. You know this nigga, he gonna get drunk and make a song about being drunk and texting one of these folks. You know he gonna do it. This is what he do. But boy, oh boy.
A native of Compton who, if you remember, did the exact same Crip walk in 2012. This moment was met with disapproval by many onlookers at the time, just as Kendrick's performance also has.
Roger Goodell should be fired.
Question: how many more Super Bowl halftime shows do you think they'll let Jay-Z select?
Don't even matter. Don't even matter. Don't even matter. Don't even matter.
Have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
We're done here. We're done here. If you don't give us no more Super Bowls, This already happened. You can't undo it. That's fine with me. That's fine with me. Oh my gosh. I know the people that are remaining here. I did that for a reason. I had to purge the timeline for a second. I know the people who are remaining here, especially in Black History Month, care about the cultural significance and even the cultural Easter eggs that maybe some of y'all, I should say, out here would listen and be like, I guess it's kind of a reach. For some of us, we understand that there's something going on here, that when you're in the right alignment, when you have a righteous mission that involves some very petty behavior at times, there's a certain alignment that happens, especially on an ancestral level, that makes sure that you'll be set up for the perfect runway. These next few videos are going to get a little heavy. I'm telling you now. It's a little heavy. Shout out to my guy, Sucoo. He offers a different perspective after watching the Super Bowl performance about Man at the Garden that when I listened to for the first time, not going to lie, it choked me up a little bit. It's one of two videos right now, but I'm going to let Sucoo go ahead and take it from here. Check this out.
One part of this performance that when I watched it back a second time, I got really, really sad. And I wonder if anybody else got as sad as me when it came to this part of the performance. Y'all remember this section of the performance where he doing the doo-wop version of Man at the Garden? And he got the homies behind him, mouth full of gold teeth, fire. And then Uncle Sam pops in and says, oh, you got your homies with you. The cultural cheat code. Scorekeeper, deduct 1 life. Damn. I didn't get to the levels of Sing About Me sad, but I'm looking at Man at the Garden with a new perspective, because what is the garden? Why was it raining in the beginning of the song? Like the whole visual just changed to me, and I'm realizing now that that man was at a cemetery, bro.
Whoa. Now, we theorized in the last video that we did that this was paying homage to XXXTentacion with having him saying deduct 1 life. That's what we thought things were alluding to, right? This gives another perspective, and this is the most enjoyable part. It's not about who gets it right, because nobody knows except for the people who created these ideas what their intended message was. It's about, we're talking again about art. We're hypothesizing about the things that it could be. This idea, when you go back to that song, makes that song hit so much harder, right? When you think about things like survivor's remorse, right? You survived and you have a lot of homies that didn't make it out, right? Whether it be that they lost their lives or they're still back in the same environment you came out of. When you look at it from that perspective, it's almost like you're talking and self-soothing in that conversation and saying like, no survivor's remorse. I deserve it all. I put the work in. I earned this spot. But seeing that as a visual where the rain is him being a man at the garden and the garden happened to be a cemetery, that's pretty heavy. Even if it's not what it's intended to be, that's pretty heavy.
It's kind of making me more sad now, realizing that they're all wearing white, all right? I know they're supposed to be part of the American flag, but they also have niggas in blue and niggas in red. They could have been behind them, right? But they're all in white, so.
Wow.
That's sad as fuck. My opinion, I think fuck. Also, it's fire that he got a whole jacket dedicated to Gloria. That's fire.
This is why we do these videos. This is why we do these videos, to strike up conversations, Now, shout out to this lady here. She goes by the thecindynoir, and she says why Samuel Jackson's role as Uncle Sam is so impactful and important to her. I want to make sure that I platform these opinions because I think it's man, this is heavy. Heavy. She even breaks down as she's talking about it. Do you understand that it's different? For those who don't understand, if you're still here, do you understand why this is different? Do you realize something different is being seen visually? Right? This is not about glazing. That is such, I don't know why that's on your mind. You realize that there's something going on with people that maybe you don't understand. Maybe you should just sit back and just observe. Right? I wonder if some of y'all are doing it because you're envious of the feeling. It's almost like being in church and watching somebody catch the Holy Ghost. And you're like, why do you get it? Are you closer to God than I am? You know what I'm saying? No. You need to not think about just you. Just observe. Peep this out.
Video is for Samuel Jackson and Samuel Jackson only, and I'm going to do my best to get through it without crying, but I cannot make any promises. But I want to explain why his role as Uncle Sam hit me so hard, why it was my favorite part of the entire performance, and why it's making me emotional. Now, while his entire performance as Uncle Sam was stellar, it was jarring, it was challenging, it was so many things, there is one line that he said that has really hit a lot of us deeply, and I know it hit me deeply. And that was the deduct one life line. Now, for those who don't know, Uncle Samuel Jackson has been about that life. He has been a part of the civil rights movement. He was a part of the Black Panther movement. He has done protests, and he has seen, touched, and felt the hard work our ancestors endured for us to have our freedoms that we have today, if you can say we have freedoms. But the reason why the deduct one lifeline hit me so deeply is because that was the tail end of him saying, oh, you got your buddies with you. Cultural cheat code. Scorekeeper, deduct one life. You know who I thought about? MLK Jr. Us being in community, they don't like that. That is the cultural cheat code. So what do they do whenever we get together in camaraderie and remind ourselves of who we are? They deduct one life. Did y'all know that Samuel Jackson was an usher at Martin Luther King Jr.'s funeral?
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
Whoa.
This is where I get a little emotional, because who better to talk about playing the game than an elder Black man whose hands have touched the result of us trying to play and beat the game? Who better to talk about playing the game than a man who has been around and seen it all, done it all, and tried to navigate it all? Who better than to tell you how to play the white man's game than a Black man who has survived it? You know? Samuel Jackson, if you ever get to see this, I hope you understand and know just how revered and appreciated you are in the Black community. And as much as it saddens me that even in you being an elder, you still are saying the same things and fighting for the same thing you have spent your entire life fighting for, I hope you know that your role in this halftime show, I don't think I even fully grasp the impact that it has and will have for years to come.
Shout out to Samuel Jackson. Shout out to the Cindy Noir. Yikes. Hey, man, I tell you, the goosebumps are real as I'm watching this again. I've seen this about 4 or 5 times and I still get goosebumps. And shout out to Samuel Jackson for not being one of these weird ass OGs. One of these weird ass OGs that seemed to lose their way years ago, but we were convinced they were the same people that we loved and revered, right? I hate to start calling out names, but there's some really questionable things that have happened over the last year that make me look at folks that I used to revere in a different way. Kanye glitching West. Snoop, he not so much. He's kind of figured out a way to walk it back a little bit, the game. Somebody, especially here on the West Coast, was like, dog, you were all the West had. You held it on your back. The playing both sides situation in this cultural moment, I can't do it. 50 Cent, the fuck are you doing? Siding with a Drake and not even just that. That's your homie, that's your homie. Going to Big Boy Radio and showing the Opolis. What are you trying to win in this except for attention? Lil Boosie just recently said, shout out to Kendrick for the Super Bowl win, but New Orleans artists could have put on a show by ourselves. Boosie, you're in a position where you're building acres upon acres on land right now. Why can't you throw a festival and bring those artists on? Like, why can't people? Wayne, one of the greatest rappers of his era, one that inspired the greatest rapper of this era in Kendrick, you can't even put your sensitivity off to the side. And it's not even about feeling a certain way. You're entitled to feel that way. You don't got to go amplify that in a Skip Bayless interview. In that weird ass video that you did where you were like, my heart is broken that it wasn't given to me. Where's this entitlement coming from? And then you go make this Cetaphil, whatever that shit is, lotion commercial and say, we all kind of sensitive. I don't get it. What's going on with the OGs? What's going on with the OGs? One more message I want to have here delivered by Fannie Lou Hammer. This video was an excerpt from a 1968 CBS News miniseries called Of Black America. The groundbreaking series explored various aspects of the history and state of the African American community. Fannie Lou Hammer is featured on episode 5, The Heritage of Slavery. Listen to what she says and just see how much it relates to the visual of the black and brown men that are in white, red, and blue. Peep this out real quick.
Flag is drenched with our blood. Because you see, so many of our ancestors was killed because we have never accepted slavery. We had to live on it, but we've never wanted it. So we know that this flag is drenched with our blood. So what the young people are saying now, give us a chance to be young men, respected as a man, as we know this country was built on the black backs of black people across this country. And if we don't have it, you ain't gonna have it either.
Come on.
Because we gonna tear it up.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
Oh my God, this is in 1968. Hits a little different right about now.
That's what they're saying. And people ought to understand that. I don't see why they don't understand that. They know what they've done to us. All across this country, they know what they've done to us.
I want you to keep her voice in mind, especially as we get to the last part of this video at some point, talking about some of the opinions of folks who are glitching their damn selves and showing their racist side. We're going to get to them in a second. Don't even worry about it. Let's keep it cooking. Let's keep it cooking. Let's keep it cooking. I want to go past this one because we already talked about this. I do want to talk about this one. All right. Shout out to What's Culture. This video here explains the origins of a statement that Kendrick made when he said, this revolution about to be televised. You picked the right time, but the wrong guy. Maybe some of you already know about Gil Scott-Heron and his significance to the culture, to spoken word, but I think it's important that I use my platform to do these very things. Listen to this video.
Be televised. That was about the fact that the first change that takes place is in your mind. You have to change your mind before you change the way you live and the way you move. So when we said that the revolution would not be televised, we were saying that that the thing that's going to change people is something that no one will ever be able to capture on film. It'll just be something that you see and all of a sudden you realize, I'm on the wrong page. Or
You're on the wrong page. You're on the wrong page. Maybe the conversation should never have been about whether or not you think the performance is mid. Maybe the conversation should be, what do you see in the mirror after you watch it? Why don't you feel anything? Why are there people out here, strong women, strong men out here getting emotional about what they saw? Are you so far removed and so apathetic that you don't even give a damn? That you only see America to be one type of visual, and when you see anything that has to do with rap, immediately you think ghetto, you think gunshots, you think murder, you just think of all the worst things in your mind. Could it be that these folks are human beings as well? Could it be that we are human beings as well? Maybe you're not on the right page. He said the revolution will be televised, was saying that the revolution would happen first in the minds. What do you think we've been sitting here talking about over the last X amount of years? Huh? The reason you don't feel it is because it hasn't happened in your mind yet. But you're seeing it play itself out on the biggest fucking stage that exists. Might be time to start giving it a second guess, but you probably won't. A second view. You might not, though.
I'm on the right page, but I'm on the wrong note. And I've got to get in sync with everyone else to understand what's happening in this country.
I gotta get in sync with everybody else. Mind you, this revolution will not be televised. Poem was made in 1971.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
The ancestors are talking. And in furry ass boots, Drake is walking. Well.
Somebody gonna tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
No.
They not like us.
No.
They not like us.
Well.
They not like us.
No.
They not like us.
No.
They not like
Curtis, you're not understanding. What about how Drake felt during all of this? What about how he's a human being? He's a human being that went inside of a bathroom one day and said, drop, 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 drop. Nah, 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 ain't gonna back out now. Certified boogeyman. I'm gonna set it at the pot. He started hearing those voices, right? Because he said the boogeyman name 5 times. Okay. Shout out to Tony, what is it? Tony Statovi? Tatovsi? I don't know how to say his last name, but shout out to Tony. This video was hilarious. He says how Drake must have felt watching the halftime show.
No, I'm watching. He's not gonna play that shit. He's not gonna play that shit. I don't care. Oh, see, I told you. He's not gonna. He's not playing that shit.
Statovici. Okay, Statovici. Thank you.
Creative shit with it. Good. I'm not gonna say my name on live television. Watch. They turned up. Everybody saying that. Not that many people said that. It's not like Serena's gonna show up randomly crip walking. So who cares? Can he read mine? Can he read my mind?
That's the worst
That's
thing.
fine. Game on, Kendrick. We just started this.
Oh, not game over.
How did he know?
He just playing psychological games with the man. Oh my gosh, the comedy is on its way. I know I sent y'all through an emotional roller coaster. I promise we're gonna land this in a good place. Look at what this gentleman said here. I think this is a repost from TikTok. He said Drake didn't do his research. What you mean, sir?
It was say Drake didn't do his homework. When he went digging like in Kendrick Lamar's past, and he didn't come across this picture, man, you crazy. I went to school with dudes like this, junior high and high school. You don't play with them. Not posing like he's somewhere in some pilt up shoes, stretched out collar white tee, jeans big as hell, came from CITI, City Trends.
Mm-hmm.
And you gonna pick a rap battle with somebody that just started getting close? Drake, we can pull up all your old pictures. We know you was well taken care of. But you should have left this guy alone. I know these type of guys. These the dudes that came to school for lunch and lunch only.
Oh, no.
Free lunch. They came to school for free lunch. You didn't play with them.
Mm-mm.
And Drake played with a dude that was on free lunch from K through 12.
Jesus.
That's what you should do. You should have leave free lunch kids alone.
That part.
Free lunch kids, they came to play.
Mm-hmm.
They came to fight.
Mm-hmm.
They ain't doing what the teacher doing. They gonna you'll see them like every other 6 weeks or something, or you might see around TCAP time or not.
It ain't
But
funny,
one
but
thing
it's
I
funny.
do know, he should have left this free lunch kid alone.
That part.
Kendrick Lamar looked like he did not. He may not been the toughest guy in the school, but he was gonna do something to you.
Mm-hmm.
Low down.
Mm-hmm.
Just by the shoes alone.
Mm-hmm.
Drake didn't do his homework on this fella. Golly.
Oh, shit. Can you tell I'm enjoying this a little bit? Oh, my gosh. Finish it off.
Golly. He got that all even, Mike. He just, man, come on. He just look like one of them guys. Like, even if you get him down and you beating up Kendrick Lamar, he gonna bite you.
Oh, Jesus.
He biting.
He biting.
Yeah, he ain't picked this battle right.
That sound like some wisdom my grandfather would have gave. Oh, rest in peace, rest in peace. Oh, man. Oh, you thought we wasn't going to talk about Drake today, huh? You thought we wasn't going to talk about Drake today? Oh, yeah, we got to talk about it because there's so many folks on that OVO side that said Beyonce shouldn't have performed because there's no way he's going to have better ratings than Beyonce. There's no way that's going to happen. Nah. Remember that song that some of y'all out there, not in this room, said was the best song during the battle, but it got slept on because Not Like Us was such a hit? Let's go back to that song. This comes to you courtesy of Say Word Again. Pick this out. This shit had me crying. Here's another theory for Uncle Sam. Where's your uncle at? Because I want to see the man of the house, is what he said in Family Matters. Alluding to Auntie Diaries, right? Where he says, my auntie is a man now. Trying to be funny, right? What's the first line that Uncle Sam said?
It's your Uncle Sam. And this is the great American game.
It's your Uncle Sam.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
He left no stone unturned. He said, it's your Uncle Sam. Somebody got an uncle. I want to talk to the man of the house. It's your Uncle Sam. This nigga's going to hear that in his nightmares forever. Yeah, Family Matters is continuing to age like fine wine. You niggas never had wine before. That's aging like Carla Rossi with the lid off. Not dishing Carla Rossi. That's like Parmesan with the lid off. That's like a 211 after you ate McDonald's and they got backwash in it. Too much? Okay, that's what that is. Okay, got you. Yeah, that's the McDonald's fries that you leave out and they stay intact. You still don't want to eat them. You know what I'm saying? Even though, okay. Keep it going. Gotta love Samuel Jackson. He said, I've been called uncle a bunch these days. Today, I'm performing as the uncle. If you don't think that Samuel Jackson gets it, oh, he gets it. He overgets it. He knows the role that he played. That is just genius. You know who didn't think that was genius? Aubrey. Nah. Matter of fact, he probably gonna sue you, Unc.
FBI, open up!
He's probably gonna sue your ass, Samuel L. Jackson. He's probably gonna sue you, but before he sues you, you know his old sensitive ass gotta unfollow a nigga first. And that's what he did. He unfollowed Uncle Samuel Jackson. I thought you wanted to talk to the man of the house. You want to talk to his uncle? He said, here I am. And now you want to... You got to be more consistent. You got to be more consistent. Oh, man. What the hell? Hold on. We're going to get to that. Cutie patootie. We're going to get to that. We got to talk about some of this other stuff. Let me see what else I got in here for you. You know what? Let's go to here. Let's go to this video. Glasses Malone dropped a video before the Super Bowl, and I think it really does drive home that whole thing about you stop bothering the lunch line kid. Leave the lunch line kid alone. You know, there's different narratives of Kendrick, and folks, you know, because they were introduced to him as the good kid, Mad City, they don't understand this man is like I've been around him. I've been around him and him shooting back and forth at Schoolboy and everybody. These niggas are brutal. If they do that to each other and love each other, what do you think they gonna do to you? I've seen it from my own eyes, like, damn, this nigga talked about your damn. Well, Glasses, who knows Kendrick very, very well, said, he ain't nice. This nigga mean. Look at this.
Hold up. Did you know this about Kendrick Lamar?
Can Drake come out here and be comfortable?
Yeah, nobody, it's Drake. Nobody want to kick Drake ass. The only person want to kick Drake ass is Dot. Dot really want to kick his ass out. He ain't let it go, because that don't let that go anyway. Kendrick for sure don't let that go. He hold on to shit. Everybody think Dot is this good kid. Everybody think Kendrick is this good kid in the Mad City.
The public image versus the reality.
This is not that good of a kid.
He's a menace? He's like Usher, he's a menace?
He's mean, yo, by what he's done, you can tell he's mean,
he's
bro.
A mean
he's
person,
vicious.
Bro. There's a weird rhetoric that this is some kind of cool guy. This nigga working on himself. He's gonna clown you all day. I didn't have to stop this from fighting on tour buses. All kind of crazy. He's giving off what he wants to be. He's setting a goal, reaching his goal,
yes,
and inspiring kids to be better humans.
Mm-hmm.
Hold up. Did you know?
Yeah. Well, I guess we get to know that. Anybody that look right into the camera and say, "Say right." He avoided eye contact that whole damn performance, except for that. Say right. He did the. Oh my goodness. Let's keep it cooking. Speaking about that smile, let's get to this. Shout out to Shout out to Luke.
It's worth 1,000 words. And the funniest thing about this is that if you have all the knowledge of the history leading up to this moment, but you haven't seen the performance, you already know what happened. You already know what could make him smile that broadly, that devilishly, that deliciously. This is a smile that says, I beat you at your game. I won a Pulitzer Prize in your game. And I just made enough money to never work again for the rest of my life.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
Man, that Drake stimulus pack, huh? You sure? You still sure that's a Drake stimulus pack? You sure that's not a Kendrick stimulus pack at this point? It ain't working for Drake. What's going on?
To say fuck you at my game, at a game. This is a smile that says, I'm about to get hundreds of millions of people to nail in your coffin for me. This is the smile of a guy who pulled off nonviolent revenge to such a degree that it's a little bit violent. Like, damn. They say a photo is worth 1,000 words.
Oh my gosh, he hit that head right on the head, right on the head. Oh my gosh. Shout out to KevOnStage. He's hilarious. He said, he retweeted this Fox 26 Houston story that said, it's not funny. Elephant kills a woman and returns to her funeral and attacks her corpse. That is a terrible story. You know, KevOnStage ain't got no sense. He said that's Kendrick's halftime show. Oh.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
They not like us. No. They not like us. What?
Rest in peace to that lady. That ain't funny, but that ain't funny, but I can't lie like I'm not. Okay, let me stop. Hey, yo, DIYer, if you're enjoying this content, please don't forget to hit the like button. It helps this video and this channel get discovered by new people. I appreciate you. Now back to the video. Oh my goodness. I want to end here, not because I want to platform these people and give them all the credit, because I want to fire their ass up. I want to light them up. But we got to hear them out. Why would anybody who hears all of this content, sees all these messages, what beef would they have? Well, C-list actor Robert Davi, never heard of him, went on a racist tirade about Kendrick Lamar and hip hop. He calls black people ghetto and accuses Samuel Jackson of monkeying around. Nigga, what? He praises jazz now, but does he realize that the hip hop and rock and roll in the early days, it too was called jungle music and, N-word music? Why racists always got these bags under their eyes? They always look like they had some tough lives. I know hate make you age terribly, but speak your mind. Psych, I'm just playing.
Dear fellow Americans, just my quick little rant on this halftime nonsense. I mean, come on, stop with the ghetto crap. I'm done with the ghetto. I've had it up to here with ghetto. I know they want to say rap is this and rap is the street.
Then go donate. Help fix it. That's a part of the American story. It not only is it racist, it's pretty damn classist. You're tired of the ghetto stuff? What would you rather see up there? Something that's reflective of your C-list status? You better be careful. You might be writing checks your ass can't cash.
And rap is the current and rap is the that. Look at jazz. The jump black and jazz.
This nigga lost his whole train of thought. He said, look at jazz. What niggas do I know in jazz? Who the hell do I know in jazz? Why'd I say that? I don't listen to jazz. No, stupid ass.
Give me the Count Basie band. Give me
Count Basie? Shout out to the legend. You go back to Count Basie. That is the last black musician that made you happy? And you chose a genre where they don't speak. You don't want to hear Negroes talk? Just say what's on your mind. You don't want to hear black people talk? I like my genre of black is when they're not speaking. When they're just playing that damn instrument. That's my favorite.
Ellington's band. Give me the history. Give me jazz. You want to go black? Go art. Don't go ghetto. Let's lift.
Don't go ghetto? I'm sorry. Did you not see the art in this performance, sir? Don't go ghetto? I don't even think you know what that means.
Lift these kids off the streets. Enough with the garbage. Enough with the garbage. Enough with bringing these kids down into the garbage. Like that's the cool thing to do and this and that. No. Those gentlemen that created an art form, a gorgeous art form, those jazz artists.
A gorgeous art form. I must remind you that black folks did not speak during, unless they were introducing a song. I want my black music without dialogue. Is what he just said.
Let's propagate that in America. Enough with this bullshit. Who in the NFL hired this act? And Sam Jackson monkeying around.
What? Hold on, I gotta do something.
No. No. Huh? No. No.
You had to do that.
I mean, that's. I'm sorry. It just repulsed me. It absolutely repulsed
It
me.
repulsed you?
What was the point? What's the point?
The performance repulsed you more than the conditions of the same ghettos that you don't want to see anything of? That's interesting.
Let's lift the kids. Let's give them something to aspire to, talent to aspire to. Let's train them in
train them. Interesting. Racists always be telling on themselves. They be telling on themselves. Let's train them? Can we talk about the multitude of black men and women that are from probably what he considers the ghettos? Let's not make that assumption. That's his assumption. Can we talk about the amount of folks that got employed because of this Super Bowl performance? Can we talk about the folks who now can launch businesses because this is on their resume forever? We only see ghetto because you don't understand it. Oh.
Instruments and jazz and stop this rap crap that everybody thinks is the new Shakespeare. It's not. It's garbage.
Yeah, I'm about done with him. Just when you thought it was, I'm very equal opportunity. Just when you thought it's just, oh, that's just white folks. No, that's not white folks. There's a lot of allies in here. And shout out to my allies that's in here. Shout out to y'all who understand this experience, or you're at least sensitive to the things you don't understand. I appreciate your viewership here. Much love. This Eeyore looking motherfucker ain't the only one. Enters Rob Smith. Rob Smith with a beige sequence. He has some things he's got to get off his mind. He's got to get some things off his chest. Hey. I want to talk culture to you guys. Do you guys mind if I talk culture to you? Nigga, you like your name Carl. Your name ain't Rob. You like a Carl. Look at you. Can't you just hear this nigga without even playing the video? Can't you hear him? Look at that smile. Fucking veneers. You can hear this. You can hear him, can't you? Tell me you can't hear him. Let's hear what old Rob Smith has to say about this Kendrick Lamar, because we need to hear culture from Rob Smith. He knows he knows what chicken is the best. He knows, because that's how he gets down.
All right, y'all, I'm sorry. Kendrick Lamar at the Super Bowl was whack. That was one of the worst halftime shows in recent memory. First of all, Kendrick Lamar is not mainstream. Like, people do not know those songs. The white people at the Super Bowl party that I was with, he may as well have been speaking Mandarin. All right, because
you speak white. Why they send you out here? How you know what they understand? I just showed you a video earlier of a little white kid, reciting it word for word. What? How you speak? Continue, Rob.
Nobody knew these songs. Nobody knew what he was rapping about outside of Not Like Us, obviously. But nobody knows these songs.
And nigga said, obviously.
Blickety black, I'm so much blacker than you.
Blickety black? Did you just quote CB4? Do you even know where that came from? This nigga seen the meme. He ain't seen the movie.
Halftime shows are very passe. Like, that stuff peaked in the BLM era. It's very not of this moment. It very much does not work. And also, it's been done better. So at this point, nobody cares. Third of all, 43-year-old mother of two, Serena Williams, in a bad blonde wig.
Hold on, sorry.
No. They not like us. No. They not like us. What? They not like us. No. They not like us. No. They not like.
What you saying about Serena?
Like, crip walking is embarrassing. Like, I'm embarrassed for her. She should be embarrassed for herself.
I'm not.
No. No. What? No. No.
Continue.
It's just all really, really passe. There is nothing about that halftime performance that worked. So what I need to tell the NFL, Rock Nation, anybody that's doing that Super Bowl, try to make a show that's for.
When niggas like this start naming off companies, all I can think is Black Karen. I'm directing this message to Rock Nation. I'm directing this message to the NFL. They not listening to your stupid ass. Boy,
man, sit your dumb ass down.
I'm sorry, they are not waiting for the opinions of Rob Smith off of Twitter. Who is he, by the way? Oh, he's the one that got jumped by 3 white folks at a MAGA rally. Oh, okay.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
Context is important. Let's continue.
for all of America, because that was not for all of America. That was for like a fringe that knows Kendrick Lamar and that knows, you know, his raps. Like, you're not going to tell me that that man is mainstream, that this is some mainstream.
Boy, shut up. I can't take this I would never take advice on somebody on how to season a chicken. I would never take advice from somebody that look like they don't like seasoning. Somebody that thinks, like Afro Butterfly says, somebody who thinks that water is spicy. So many cultural moments happen, and I hate for any of this to get buried. But I look at what Serena Williams did, and I think about all the little black girls that will be inspired to see one of their favorites in their favorite sport be on that stage. Being her. Not America's version of Serena Williams, but Compton's version of Serena Williams. You know how much hope that gives when somebody sees somebody that looks like them, somebody that mirrors. I don't care who she married to. I don't want to hear your stories. These kids are not involved in our politics. That's some adult shit that bothers you. I'm talking about what she represents as an avatar because of where she's from. I used to date somebody from where she's from. It is... Whoa! Don't let this version of her fool you. But there's so much hope in these shows. One of these moments of hope comes here courtesy of Autumn Lockwood, the first black woman coach to win the Super Bowl. Y'all are so hypnotized with hate. You leave no moment. You leave no moment to celebrate these kind of moments. It's a shame that you're so hypnotized by hate that you can't even take the opportunity to see, well, what good could have come of this in Black History Month. These are the moments that we got to highlight, and there's more. Oh, there's more. There's more. Let's keep it going. It goes on to say Autumn Lockwood joined the Eagles in 2023 as an assistant performance coach. She made history at Super Bowl as the first black woman to ever coach in a Super Bowl. Come on now. With the victory over the Kansas City Chiefs in Super Bowl, Lockwood becomes the first black woman to coach to win a Super Bowl. So you have the first black woman to ever win as a coach in the Super Bowl. You have one of the most elite black women athletes dancing at the Super Bowl. You have one of the most elite singers of this era in SZA performing at the Super Bowl. That's black girl magic all over. So, you know, I could fire up old Rob Banks, or I could do this the way that I would like to cap this off. Ladies and gentlemen, can I introduce you to Princess Petehn? I saw this some years ago, and I think about little girls that represent this avatar. I think about my little sisters. I think about them when they were younger, right? They're grown now, but I think about little black girls that see this Super Bowl and see a piece of them on that stage. You may not agree with the imagery of Serena Williams crip walking, and we may not give a fuck that you don't understand it. But I look at this and I say, you know what? This is probably the best clapback to it all. Please tell your story. Tell your 3-year-old poem in Black History Month called Hey Black Child.
Hey Black Child by County Color. Hey Black Child, do you know who you are? Who you really are? Do you know you can be where you want to be if you try to be what you can be? Hey Black Child.
Come on.
Do you know where you're going? Where you're really going? Do you know you can learn what you want to learn? If you try to learn what you can learn.
Come on.
Hey Black Child, do you know you are strong? I mean really strong? Do you know you can do what you want to do if you try to do what you can do? Hey Black Child, be what you can be, learn what you must learn, do what you can do, and tomorrow your nation will be what you want it to be.
Come on. Ooh. She said that better than any clapback I could ever give. She said that better than any clapback that I could give, because I sure wanted to Oh, Black Ned Flanders, I sure wanted to fire up the fact that you showed up in this video with them veneers and that damn V-neck on. Anybody that shows up with a complaint with a beige V-neck, oh, I can fire you up something crazy. I went to LAUSD. I didn't been trained for these kind of moments, but I'll chill because Black girl magic is all over this Super Bowl. Black excellence is all over the Super Bowl, and I hate that there exist people out here who hear that and feel threatened by that. Could you be so self-centered and self-serving that when somebody finds pride in themselves in a world that seems at times hell-bent on painting a picture that is not accurate of that said race, at least from their lens, you may see it differently, could it be such a tragedy to celebrate the pride that you have in what you do? Other cultures do it. When I think about the pride that you see in cultures, like for instance, when you go get sushi and you see there is a code when you come in there to get sushi. You must sit down a certain way. You must sit in a certain place. You must be served a certain way. You must order a certain way. You must have the certain type of instruments, the chopsticks. You must do it and respect the culture. You don't do certain things. Matter of fact, when you go overseas, there's certain places where you don't ask for ketchup for your steak because it's an insult to the person that cooked it for you. These are traditions. So now when you see a tradition that happens to be from an area that probably makes you scared, and I say this as somebody who's grew up in Carson, lived in Long Beach, lived in Compton temporarily. I've lived in San Bernardino. I've lived in Rialto. I've lived in, you know what I'm saying? I've lived in some places, and I've had the full experience over my last 40 years. Carson, California absolutely was the first one. I don't take it back for anything. And I love to see this be displayed on stage in its original form. I don't want to see a cleaned up version of that. We're not the generation that's going to be embarrassed of where we come from. I know there's a generation that's like, please, when you get around these white folks, don't start acting like that. Please put your best behavior on. Well, is that the best behavior, Grandma? Is that the best behavior, Auntie? If it's not me, and if I'm in a place where no matter how I act, how I dress, there are people who are going to have these predisposed notions of who I am, is that the right way to act? If this is how I dance when I'm around my people and I feel natural, why wouldn't I do the same thing on the biggest stage to show other kids who are in these environments, who are not multimillionaires, somebody just like you can make it out here on the biggest stage and still be yourself? Do you know how powerful that is? As somebody who's been on YouTube now for 10 years, and I tried to figure out, like, damn, how do I make my grandma proud when she see me on these videos? And how do I stay real to myself, right? How do I not code switch? I code switched. I did it. And I hated the feeling. I hated going back to videos and feeling like I was being a corporate version of Curtis King. I feel most at joy right now in this moment because I'm able to be my unfiltered self. Hate it or love it. Some of you look at me and think I'm Puerto Rican. I'm black. I guarantee you. If you do a 23andMe, you're going to figure it out. That is what it is. My auntie used to say, don't ever let nobody question your blackness. I said, how can I, Auntie? They look at me and they see something different. She said, if you put a drop of chocolate into a cup of chocolate milk, what do you have? I said, it's chocolate milk. She said, that's right. And that's only a drop. There's a lot of conversations right now that are happening that are very uncomfortable for people who are not on the same program. As Gil Scott Heron said, something is happening. I don't have to keep convincing you because I feel it. I can't get away from it. There are people right now that exist in hip hop and in mainstream rap who wear this motherfucker like a uniform. They come out here, they have fun with all the niggas and go home and take that shit off and go back to their regular life or whatever it is. They wear this shit like a uniform. They know the clothes to wear. They know the code to talk. They know the slang. Well, I think these 80s babies will be part of the first generation to figure out how to ethically and responsibly gatekeep in our own individual worlds. There's a way to talk to people and hide in plain sight. That's a thing. Everything ain't for everybody. I found myself looking at my timeline and people saying, what the hell do you even mean about that? Explain it to me. And then I had to stop myself and say, this is the mistake that some of my elders made. They explained themselves. They wanted to be liked. That's the fucking problem with the last 15 to 20 years of Draketown. Drake made it a goal to be liked because as a child actor, he needed that validation. He is part of the reason why the game became the way that it did. But it's not just him. There are OGs that came before us that are acting a fucking fool. Excuse my language, but this shit makes me angry. They're acting a damn fool. And they can't even feel it. How do you feel it? How do you and I feel it? And they're right there at the epicenter. They've been part of the most historical moments. How did they not feel it? How are they so detached? But we feel it. So with that said, that's how I plan to gatekeep. Whatever I do know, I'm going to let you. I made a statement this morning. I said, when an idiot wants to argue with me about how stupid he is, I let my silence be the answer. I let my silence be the agreement. You're right. You're absolutely right. So as you see more bots, as you see more OGs acting like bots, just observe. Everything's not worthy of your response. Realize they're only this angry because they know that we're this strong. What Kendrick did was supremely important because he didn't have to do it. He didn't get paid for this performance. He could have went up there and gave them the show that America, quote unquote America, or Uncle Sam wanted. He chose to go a different direction. And it's so crazy how people have become so numb to the arts, so numb to someone making you think, so numb by streaming, so numb by the environment. They've become fucking zombies. And the moment somebody says, let's wake up, they fight just like zombies. Not this environment. And this is why I'm proud to be in this environment, Curtis King TV, and I'm proud of every single one of you that choose to be here. I thank you, DIYers. Those are my thoughts. Congratulations, congratulations. I can't say it enough. Kendrick Lamar, you did something that will never be forgotten. They're going to try to tear you down. I already see it happening. They've been trying to do it, but they don't understand the hours that you put in. I saw in a very early time the hours that you were putting in. You earned this. DIYers, those are my thoughts. You let me know what you think. DIYers, if you enjoyed this content, make sure that you hit the like button and maybe even consider subscribing. Come on, man. Don't be greedy. Peace.